At Mililani High School, heated yet civil debates are a part of the class curriculum.
I love debating against my classmates because it gives me just another viewpoint that I never thought about.
Educator Jason Duncan teaches students about democracy, the functions of government, and impacts of politics. The debates are his way of making classroom lessons relevant to real-life topics without heavy divisiveness or anger.
We don't see that stuff in the classroom. I don't see that stuff in the classroom because we set the standard of civility. However, the kids just naturally do that themselves. You know, they're respectful of each other's opinions. They have a wide range of opinions.
Senior Jocelyn Rose recently turned 18 and is a first-time voter in this election.
We are very much affected by the policies that our representatives enact. And we can be very educated. There's a lot of different ways you can do self-research, but just from what we learn at school, it's very important, and every vote matters.
The students also learn about the impacts of special interest groups and achieving bipartisanship. Many of them support expanding political parties.
The current two-party system makes it very easy for people to become divided, and it makes politics seem black and white when there's actually a very large gray zone.
Over at Farrington High School, students not only learn about government, but also how to engage with it.
Government can't hear what you want it to do if you just stay silent. I mean, not just the youth, everyone should be encouraged to vote, and this is one way to get that started at an early age.
And teachers say while not every student may want to go into politics after high school, it's about the lessons they learn that can be applied to real life.
And I think that with knowledge there is power. And when they leave the course, you know, they will feel equipped with the tools and the knowledge necessary to make a difference.
It's important to not follow what others say and to form your own opinion, especially in today's world where you can be easily influenced by media. It is very important that you form your own educated opinion on the topics that you are looking into.
Dylan Ancheta, Hawaii News Now.
All right, I want to bring in our Dylan Ancheta right now to talk more about this.
Hello, Jonathan.
Yes, I also want to make people aware that we are still monitoring this live picture coming in from Maryland. Yep, we will take it live as soon as we see President Biden take the podium there. But Dylan,
yes,
the topic, what'd you learn from those kids? Every time I talk to kids and interview them, I'm always pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. First off, Hawaii has so many bright, talented students, whether they're in high school, but even down to elementary school and middle schoolers. You know, schools here have student government, and so that's their form, their practice of voting and getting the candidates used to campaigning and saying, vote for me. And granted, it's all about school issues and campaigning on a school level. It's really about taking those lessons to the bigger world. And so a lot of these students, through their studies, have learned about bipartisanship, how government works, special interest groups, just a wide range of topics of how our local politics can be impacted by all these factors.
Was there anything they said to you that's always going to stick out when you're talking about politics?
Yeah, and I had this quote from him, one of the seniors there, Micah Domingo. I had to take it out because of time constraints, but one small thing he said was, more ideas, more solutions. And that was on the expansion of more than just two parties. And so that was one thing that we talked pretty deeply about was, you know, what do you think needs to be fixed? What to do to increase voter turnout? And they basically all kind of said, you know, we need to make it clear that there are more than just two parties. They learned about libertarianism, independent party, and all that fun stuff. And they want more adults to kind of take away and say, you know, there are more options than just Democrat and Republican. And it was also nice to see that they are able to learn about those things and debate topics without being so angry at each other that so many people in the real world, you know, we're kind of in our society, we've kind of at a point where if someone doesn't have the same opinion as you, it's automatically a fight. And it's you know, something that's kind of, let's avoid that.
But did
you know?
you see any of that? Was
No,
there any
not at
harsh
all.
rhetoric,
Not at all.
or was there any divisiveness?
No, and they actually did do a little debate for me in that class, and they were all able to express their opinions while letting the other person speak and letting it be very civil, as their teacher, Mr. Duncan, said.
Yeah, were you in student government?
Of course I was.
Were you?
I was.
President?
So all the way from elementary school up until high
way.
school, I was involved, and I was also on the state student government. My junior year, I was student body president and student body president. My senior year, class president, freshman, sophomore. So I was fairly involved.
Well, obviously, it's made you into a good public speaker. What other takeaways can you
Yeah.
attribute to that?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's just any student like that. Also, another thing to note, Jocelyn Rose, who is the first-time voter, she also is on the Hawaii State Student Council, and that's a very little-known body here. That HSSC is what it's called, feeds into and works with the student representative who sits on the Board of Education. And so that's the link between the BOE and the students, is that student representative. And so it's a council with a representative from every school in the state. And it's just incredible to kind of see our young students not only watch what's happening, but also know that they have a voice and they are getting engaged in their communities.
Well, Dylan,